Alright, so this reading is going to be for air signs. Air signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Take what resonates to leave out the rest. And if this doesn't resonate, please do not force it. It's for Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. For October 4th through the 18th. Spirit, what do you have for air signs, please? Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. For October 4th through the 18th, please. What do you have for air signs? What do you have for air signs, please? Alright, you have here the Four of Cups in reverse here. So it seems like here that the past wants to come back, but you don't want them to come back at all. You don't want them to come back at all. Messages here for air signs. Thank you. Yeah, like I said, you don't want to work on things. You don't want to work on this situation here, wherever it is, a past relationship. Eight of Pentacles here in reverse. Seems like you have history with this individual. You have time with this person, but at the same time, you don't want to have more time invested with this person here. The Moon in reverse. There was a secret that came out maybe in the past, or you are going to hear from about this person, not from this person, but maybe somebody that knows this person about a secret or something they haven't been telling you, or it's just you're going to know something that you haven't known, basically, or a secret was outed in the past. So maybe this is the reason why you're not with this person. So Queen of Swords in reverse. Being air sign, and they are very, very upset and angry, and they still hold a grudge against this relationship here. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Look at that. It's the past cycle. It's the past. The past is coming back in your read. Is in your read right now. Like I said, could be an air sign here, and they still are upset. You don't want them to come back, but it seems like at the same time they are struggling if they want to come back or not, because they don't want to be left out in the cold. They want to communicate with you, maybe just to see how you're doing, but at the end of the day, they're not showing me actions. They're showing me how they're feeling towards you, and you're just done with the arguments and fighting and left and back and forth. You're done. You're at peace because you don't have this craziness around you with this person here with the Five of Wands in reverse. It was hectic. It was very hectic. It was, it was a lot of back and forth. It was a lot of arguments, fighting, and stuff like that. It's just very negative here. Page of Swords. They still have their eye on you. They're still stalking you. If they have mutual friends with you or family members, or it's just they could watch you through social media or whatnot. It's just they haven't forgot about you, and they still hold a grudge against you for what happened. It could be different for different people what happened in the past, but at the same time you're at peace. And they're eyeing you. They're watching you. Page of Wands in reverse. You see, they miss the playfulness. They miss, just the niceness. The niceness, the playfulness. It's just, all the good memories, basically. Small memories, good memories. It's just... That's what they miss, basically. That's what they miss. This is why, they have their eye on you for whatever reason, and they want to see how you are doing, to see how's everything and whatnot. At the same time, they're holding a bit of a grudge here, and they're just very upset and angry about how everything was just left, basically. You know, Spirit guided. Thank you. All right, so could be a Scorpio here, right? So they want to transform who they are. They want to transform um, to show, either to show you or to do it for themselves. They have, you know, their own ways of doing stuff, but at the same time, they want to show some actions on this change that they want to do, either for themselves, for you, for this connection, for family, for even if they have any kids, for them. But they want to do better in life, basically. And they're showing they want to transform. So they want you to see, you know, I don't know how, but hey, you know, you grew into a better person. You know, something like that type of situation. Yeah. All right, Seven of Swords here. Why are they showing me the Seven of Swords? They still like a kind of like a backstabber, or they could talk shit behind your back kind of person, and they could easily be trying to manipulate the situation. Could be either trying to manipulate you in some sort of way or fashion and whatnot. But it's just like it's a horrible card to have, basically. You know, it's just weird because they want to change for the better, but at the same time, they're showing me this that they're still talking shit, backstabbing. You know, they have some underhanded meaning or whatever towards this connection here. It's not great as well. So here we go, the Seven of Wands in reverse. Yeah, there's always gonna be some sort of discussion, some sort of argument, whenever they bring up your name, basically, or it's just they drag it through the mud. They drag it through the mud, and they could be playing victim. For some of you, they could be playing victim as well. This Seven of Wands here in reverse. They're tired of just, you know, defending who they are, what they do, their opinions and whatnot. They're just tired of that. But at the same time, it's just like, it's all your fault, basically. It's all your fault. It's all your fault. It's never my fault. That's what I'm getting through this week with this person here. And they're trying not to be sad here. The Five of Cups in reverse, to try not to be unhappy that you and them are no longer together. So they could be putting up a facade for some of you. So Knight of Wands here, Knight of Wands. They could have been a flirtatious person, you know. Yeah, they could have been a flirtatious person, and they could have been quote unquote player. If they wasn't a player, they act like a player, you know, type person here. You know, Seven of Cups in reverse here. This person could have been telling you, hey, I don't even have options anymore, or, you know, and probably in the past, you know, I don't have options, I don't have this, that, or third, or whatnot. You know, it could have been just you and me at this present moment, but they're showing me right now that, you know, they at one point they were telling you maybe that they didn't have any options available, you know. So, but that's what they're showing with the Seven of Cups in reverse here. King of Cups in reverse. Yeah, they lost. Why? They're showing me that they lost interest, but they want to know how you're doing, and they want to come out from the darkness, and they still holding a grudge and talking shit, you know. But they missed the good times here, and the King of Cups is like they don't want anything to do with you. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, they're definitely a mess. They definitely a mess. So this person here doesn't have their shit together. Honestly, they don't have their money right, or they have financial problems. They're not stable. They're not even nurturing. So they're not any of those. They're having difficulty. Could be holding jobs. Some of you. We're dealing with an earth sign here. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. You don't want none of that. You don't want none of that. So you're rejecting, if they ever do come back, you're rejecting their offer here. It's just a no. You don't want none of that anymore. Alright, so let's get an oracle message here for air signs. Air signs, please, for October 4th to October 18th. Sun, rising Venus. For Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, please. Let me get an oracle message here for. Alright, listen and healing. Listen. Alright, listen. And then healing. Healing. Okay. Listen and healing. You're being asked to listen to your inner voice. It's been guiding you to something or say something, and it's time to act on its wisdom. Alright, so your inner voice, basically, your guides are trying to tell you something, and you need to listen. It's been guiding you to something or say something, and you need to act on that. So whatever you need to say, don't hold back. I would say anything positive or whatnot. Just try not to be any confrontational, whatnot. Just hey, listen, I gotta talk to you type of situation. And they're giving you wisdom, basically. All right, healing. Your body, mind, and soul are in a period of deep healing right now. You're going through many transformations at once, and you're being asked to allow yourself to receive the healing you need with open arms and open heart. Interesting. So maybe this is a cross read. Maybe that message was for you. If you're listening to me and you're not an air sign and you're cross watching, then this could be you. Interesting. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Air signs, you have yourself a good day. Bye.